Baking with Brandon, Mondays at 11. Every week there's a new recipe. Hi Mavs, welcome back to another episode of Baking with Brandon. Today we are switching things up and making something savory. I'm actually going to be making dinner for my family tonight, so hopefully they like this recipe. We are making stuffed French bread. That's right, stuffed French bread. I'm super excited to try this recipe, and it only calls for a few ingredients. Beef, garlic, celery, onions, cream of mushroom soup, Worcestershire sauce, French bread of course, cheddar cheese, and salt and pepper to taste. The reason I'm making a recipe of French bread is to help promote a program on campus called Campus Kitchen. Now Campus Kitchen is a resource for students with food insecurities, so if you ever need food you can always go there. And to talk a little bit more about Campus Kitchen is Karen Anderson. So take it away, Karen.
Thanks for asking, Brandon. So I'm Karen Anderson. I'm the Assistant Director of Community Engagement at MSU Mankato, and this is the Campus Kitchen at MSU Mankato. So what's the Campus Kitchen, you say? The Campus Kitchen is a student-led program that's been around since 2005. We collect food left over from restaurants in the Mankato area, make it into meals for people facing food insecurity. That food is distributed through agencies in our community. Annually, we collect about 8 tons of food, and 15 student leaders manage teams of anywhere from 2 to 5 to 8 people to make all the meals and distribute the food and collect the food, everything that's necessary in order to make it happen. Look for us in the fall on September 14th when we host our Free Farmers Market. Thank you for asking about the Campus Kitchen, Brandon, and we look forward to hearing what you make with that French bread.
Thank you so much, Karen, for giving us some insight on Campus Kitchen. Be sure to check it out, Mavs. It's a great resource. Now, the first step for this recipe is to first preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Once that starts preheating, you will take a serrated knife and cut your loaf of bread in half. Try to make it even. I've never worked at Subway before, but I assume this is how they do that. Make sure you're using a serrated knife so it cuts evenly.
No, I don't think it's raining right now.
Siri, not right now, please. I'm filming a video. Alrighty, once you slice your bread in half, you're going to take a spoon here, and you're going to get all the insides of the bread and put it into this bowl. Kind of like a, gosh, it's harder than I thought. Kind of like a pumpkin on Halloween. Boo! Okay, once you've gotten all the bread out of the bread, I guess, you're going to take your hands and you're just going to crumble it up. Alrighty, now we have the first step to our filling. Time to move on to the beef. Alrighty, time to make the main insides of this French bread sandwich. We're going to start by taking our beef and putting it in the pan here, along with our onions. So we're going to brown those together. And I'm actually going to flip the camera so you guys can get a close-up view of all this action. Alrighty, once the beef is browned, you can get rid of some of the excess fat, you know, trying to watch my figures, so I always like to get rid of the extra grease. That out. Alrighty, next we're going to add the celery and the garlic. And you'll want to cook this for a few minutes until the celery is nice and tender. Alrighty, the celery is tender and garlic cooked, so now we're going to add some milk. I forgot to mentioned that ingredient earlier. Worcestershire sauce. And of course, our cream of mushroom soup. Make sure you get it all in there. And you're just going to cook it for a few minutes until it all heats up together. Alrighty, it's been 5 minutes and this is looking great. Time for the next step. Alrighty, once you finish making the beef mixture, you're going to take it and you're going to put it in with your breadcrumbs. Alrighty, now you're just going to stir it around like so until it's all mixed together. Since my thing's just looking a little bready, I don't want it to get too dry when I bake it in the oven, I am just going to take a little bit of chicken broth and put it in there. Just kind of do it until you think it's a good consistency, because you don't want the filling too dry, you know. Alrighty, once your mixture is complete, you can just spoon it in to 1/2 of the bread. Fill her up. There's a lot of meat here. A lot of good stuff. Alrighty, once you have your mixture in there, you're just going to top it with some cheddar cheese. I don't have a full bag of cheddar cheese, so I'm going to use something else, but make it real cheesy, guys. Real cheesy. There we go. I have some Colby Jack here, too. I'll probably... Oh, does that not look delicious, y'all? My mouth is watering. I'm like, come on, dinner. And then you're just going to take the other half of the bread, put that right on top. Now it's ready to go in the oven. Alrighty, now you're just going to pop it in the oven for 10 to 15 minutes or until the cheese is melted. Be right back. Alrighty, I just took the French bread out of the oven. It looks delicious. Let's cut her in half and see what she looks like. Ooh, that nice crunch. Y'all ready for this? Oh, that did not work. Had to cut a little bit deeper there. Oh, there we go. And melted cheese scene. Oh, and she's stuck to the pan. Oh, third time's a charm. There we go. Here we go. Ooh. And that part's gonna... Look at that. Get you guys a nice view of that. Delicious. Now it's time to see what the fam thinks. Alrighty, we're here with the finished product. I'm super excited to try it out. And since this is our dinner tonight for our family, I thought I'd get a family member, Madre, Wendy Wiedemann, with me to try it out. So, here we go. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
Very good. Very good.
Thumbs up.
What a delicious recipe. I hope you all try it at home, and make sure to check out Campus Kitchen at school. They have lots of French bread that you can use for this recipe and many other things. Make sure you guys tune in next Monday for the season finale of Baking with Brandon, and we will be making a special recipe with my mother. What are we making?
Oatmeal Carmelitas.
It's gonna be a good one. From our kitchen to yours. Bye, Mavs.
Bye.
Baking with Brandon, Mondays at 11. Every week there's a new recipe.